The mayor of Montreal is trying to reassure residents their city is still safe, despite yesterday's deadly shooting. A police officer and a civilian were killed. A suspect is also dead. The mayor spoke to reporters earlier near the scene of the shooting in the borough of Cote-des-neiges.
I'm very surprised. I mean, Montreal, when was the last time we had an event like this? I mean, and at some point, I think Montreal at some point, it's hit very hard by this because it hits on that sentiment of security and that something can happen in our cities like that. Of course, it will take some time to recover. But again, I want to reassure Montrealers that Montreal is safe.
The CBC's Sarah Levitt was at the news conference earlier. She joins us now live from the neighborhood where the shooting happened. Sarah, the mayor and other local leaders spoke to reporters. What was their message?
Yeah, we heard her reassuring citizens, but there was also an acknowledgement about just how shocking this incident yesterday was and traumatizing, in fact. Just a reminder of what happened at around 11:30. Police received a call about a shooter with a gun pointing out a window. When they arrived on the scene, the first officers arrived. They immediately exchanged gunfire with the suspect. The police officer was killed, a bystander was killed, and so too was the suspect. So the mayor just reassuring people that although this terrible thing happened, reiterating what the police chief has said, it was an isolated incident. Security in the city remains so, but also acknowledging just how deeply affected people in the neighborhood would be. This is a complex an area that had a park. It has high rises with condos and a hotel, businesses on the first and second floors, largely densely populated. So lots of people affected, many people in lockdown for a really long time. Here's what the mayor had to say.
I'm speaking with you all today with a very heavy heart. What we've lived in the last 24 hours, I don't wish it on anyone. I think that everyone can agree with me today that what we just lived in cote-des-neiges and DG was a complete nightmare. It was a tragedy that we're going to be living with for the next few months for sure as a community. In cote-des-neiges and DG, anybody that knows our borough, they know that we are a borough that is dynamic, that is vibrant, that is welcoming. We have 75% of our population is from immigrant background. We are just a community that we are so proud of.
And so right now, the perimeter around where this happened, it is getting a little bit smaller, but an investigation continues, not by Montreal police, but in fact by the provincial police watchdog, who is also being assisted by provincial police.
And Sarah, what have we learned about the victims?
Yeah, we're getting more testimony from about these people who died. Of course, talking about 34-year-old Mohamed Lamine Benredouane. He was the police officer, one of the first to arrive on the scene that was killed. Learning that he had been a police officer for about 5 years, that he was from this neighborhood, went to a school near here. The borough mayor saying he was well known in the community and well liked. Also hearing more about 68-year-old Michel Mizrahi, a member of the Jewish community, really well known, again, also really well liked. And we spoke with his rabbi who had this to say about him.
Just yesterday, there's a woman with her, I think, her baby, walking, and he went to this woman. He says, "Run away! There's shooting." He was making sure that she will understand that there's a shooting. She has to run away. I spoke to her this morning. She says, "If I'm alive today, it's because of him, me and my baby."
So a testimony of a selfless act there from the bystander who was caught in the crossfire.
Sarah, what about the suspect? What do we know about him?
Quebec's coroner has officially identified him as 25-year-old Seth Scott Hatfield from Lethbridge, Alberta. We do know that he had a manifesto entitled June 22nd, which was yesterday, of course. And that manifesto espoused a wide range of views, a lot of anti-feminist female thoughts, but also anti-capitalism, anti-liberalism, and also bringing up issues or bringing up the need for a violent revolution, also raging against the pornography industry. So very wide-ranging there. Police have not said much, but we do know that the Lethbridge police have said they are assisting the police watchdog in this investigation. Earlier in the day, Lethbridge police had sent out a release talking about a high-risk search in an area of Lethbridge. Some homes were evacuated for potential weapons on the scene. Now, they have not confirmed if that's related to this investigation, but as I said later this afternoon, they had said they are assisting the police watchdog. You know, more and more information coming out. Police are remaining quite tight-lipped about this, but as we have it, we will share it.
Sarah, thank you. That is the CBC's Sarah Levitt live in Montreal.